right now, we are going to lead in to the most, probably a short storytelling. We are going to share with you about how YHOW came about. How's the inspection? What happened, right? So YHOW, this particular Yayasan of Health on World sparked up because of just two dynamic ladies. As you can see here, they are Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, and then Dr. Alia Karen. You can see Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, she had this talk with Dr. Alia Karen in one of their conference somewhere in Penang. I believe that's probably the first time I met them too. They were thinking about what they can do about this Yayasan to bring mental health. If you see, Dr. Sangeeta is an expert on mental well-being, whereas Alia Karen is awesome into a lot of activities which are not NGO and also focuses on the physical part. So both of them had a good chat, and can you imagine? They started at the talk during tea time. By dinner, they already have a plan in place on how to open up the Yayasan. I think we can go to the next slide and show some of their pictures. And as they talked about it, Yayasan Health on World was actually opened on 20th of May 2020, exactly like what Dr. Sangeeta mentioned, it's just 1 year old. And on the 8th of August, they kind of launched it. I was just thinking while I was reading all the stuff, probably one of them are probably attuned with numerology because they keep choosing 20th or 8th of 8, 10 of 10, and all those things, right? But if you see these beautiful pictures, it just started with 2 people. They had 4 ESCO members and also 4 members in the board, and they just paid for 1 part-time person to form up the whole team together, right? And this is the picture that was taken when they had the launch during that time with all these partners coming together to make that simple thought on how to create better awareness, not only physically or mentally, but balancing both of them. Let's go to the next slide and see their storytelling. So these duo ladies, look at that. So power-packed, right? So confident. They brought this to the nation. It was aired, and this is their team working in their background. So the very first thing that they have done, they've actually launched 1 million steps. Through the link, you can check out more detail. And it's so amazing. They just thought of doing 1 million steps, and you wouldn't believe it. They made it 2 million steps. And they contributed about 10 ringgit, right, for donation for each of the steps and everything. And these are simple thoughts of these 2 ladies that just came in together. Apart from doing the steps that came out on board, they went again further. And if you see on the next slide, as I say, Sangeeta was actually, let's go back to the next slide, previous slide. So Sangeeta was thinking about mental health, and that's where they partnered with Malar Willy of Heart and Mind, right? And that duo came out with regulating and emotional intelligence, a workshop, 2 days workshop. That was an awesome blast where a lot of people came, learned a lot of things to really keep themselves in terms of their emotional strength. So that's one part of it. Let's go to the next part, and then we take a look at this. This is actually a phase 8 session that they had done, a first 8 training session that they have done. A lot of them is addressing physical well-being and all those things with a lot of folks. So they have done so many of that kind of sessions. And then there was a thought when Sabah was having a lot of problem with their medical disposable. As mentioned, right, Dr. Alia Karen is well versed with all the NGO support. They decided to come up to Bantu Sabah, help Sabah. And this is what they have done. And can you imagine these 2 ladies? You wouldn't believe it. They had come together just with their contacts, with their friends. And they sparked this, and they donated about 15,000 ringgit worth of items to Bantu Sabah. Can you imagine These are the things that small things can spark. It's so exciting to hear the story. I think we should get to Nest Daily to share their stories up front, right? So if you see, these are the pictures of Bantu Sabah. I'm going to share with you a couple more slides. Then they had a lot of webinars. A lot more people started to believe in what they were telling, to believe that mental health in the workplace is important. Mental health at home is important. So there were a lot of exclusive webinars that were live, were shared in Facebook Live, and a lot of sessions with the universities that were formed to create this awareness, right? One of the things is not so much of getting money, it was just getting the awareness for people so that people can take in that information and make the change. It's a ripple effect that they were trying to do, not by giving donations so much, but creating the ripple effect. And can you imagine, not only they did all these webinars, they went ahead and they've released 3 video productions. You can check them up in YouTube. No to domestic violence, no to scamming, no to fake news. And these are very, very important message. And you'd be wondering, right? All of them is actually connected with our mental, with our physical well-being. All this causes us a lot of stress, a lot of irritation, anxiety. And this is what we want to address, right? We don't want to just address the symptom. We want to make sure we address the root cause and help everyone to live a happy life. And apart from just doing this, can you imagine there's just 2 ladies, the 8 people who are helping, partnering them, and 1 part-time person who's working. These are all the things that they have been doing with a lot of support from all the kind souls out there, right? And what they have done, late last year, they did a significant Thursday show that comes up every month where they go ahead and invite some speakers and share some informative sharing to create awareness across all the people in especially the mental and physical well-being. This is the little story that I wanted to share with you on YHOW. So they started in last year, 20th of May 2020. It all just sparked about a tea conversation. And today they are 1 year and 1 day old. And can you believe all the efforts that they have done? All the people, including you folks who are here, who are supporting this good cause, they are able to reach out to 1.3 million people through their Facebook, through their LinkedIn, through a lot of their university sharing. Such a wonderful thing. And this is what we want to do more. We want all of you to take this sharing and for you all to go ahead and part this sharing to just another person, and let's create this ripple implications, right? Let's create this awareness of mental health. Such an awesome Yayasan. Let's give them a clap and a double thumbs up for them.